A burnout is not primarily a depression, but an adrenal exhaustion. Your world turns dark. You are devastated. Any hope is lost. Let me explain how I treat my burnout patients with vital substances in my practice and how I give them new hope. Below is a link to more information on burnout. Here you can read deeper into the topic and learn more about this disease. The German word for burnout is depressive exhaustion, but burnout actually means being burned out. Because we translate it to depressive exhaustion in German, most doctors assume that it is based on a depression. I disagree with them here. When people are under stress for a long period of time, the adrenal gland has to work more than it should. We have two adrenal glands that sit like caps on the kidneys and produce hormones, especially stress hormones. That is the function which actually has nothing to do with the kidneys at all. When these adrenal glands are overwhelmed by stress, perhaps for years or at least for many months, they have to work more day and night and produce these hormones, and eventually there comes a point where they simply stop doing so, and burnout can set in overnight. This has nothing to do with depression, but if people who want to perform, who want to be active, can no longer do so because they are physically exhausted, it reactively leads to depression. You are disappointed in yourself, you want to work, and it just doesn't work. And some or most of these people are at risk of developing a depression later. Now, let me explain how I specifically accompany burnout patients in my practice, especially with vital substances. It is about restoring strength to the adrenal glands and the whole body. In the acute phase, when people are still really exhausted, I use Coenzyme Q10 and NADH. You can get Q10 anywhere. It is a substance naturally produced in the body, and it is the prerequisite for producing energy. Just like NADH, with NADH, which you can buy as well, you have to be very careful to find a product with a stable form. There are many unstable NADH products on the market. NADH and Q10. Think of it like a pyramid. At the top is energy, which forms the cell. It is the same in all people, and these two substances, Q10 and NADH, are on the next level below. These two, when available, allow the body to produce energy, even if further down the pyramid more substances might be missing. This acute phase lasts maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Then follow phase 2. The actual construction of the body. Phase 1 is more of a bridging, so that people are capable of regaining energy more quickly. In phase 2, we need omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, a product called voluntastrol, and many vital substances, for example in pollen, moringa, or in arona berries. There are many of these badly needed micronutrients. Omega-3 fatty acids are particularly important. You only get omega-3 if you eat fish 3 times a week, and that is not the case for a lot of people. So you need a high dose, high quality omega-3 product. Omega-3 improves the function of the brain cells and the nerve cells. The whole nervous system contains a lot of omega-3, and when we replenish that, the body finds new energy. The same with vitamin D. A universal substance is often judged negatively in the media, saying it is not very useful. I can tell you from experience, a good vitamin D level is absolutely essential for our body to get new strength again. And the other ones, the micronutrients from pollen or polyvitamins, always support the regeneration of the whole body. Now, here's another real story. A man came to me a few months ago, 56 years old, single dad, and caretaker of his 3 children. He was also taking care of his own father, who had severe pain. And of course, all this while fully employed. And 4 years ago, a burnout hit him overnight. A severe burnout, and he never really recovered. A year later, he had to stop working, and now lives off the insurance. He came to me in this condition, 3 years into the burnout, without having been able to help him regain energy. When I did this therapy that I explained before, we've been doing this for about 6 months now. The first 2-3 months, not much happened at all. He was disappointed. But after 3 months, his strength began to return. I saw him again last week. He is not full of energy, but he had expressed he is doing much better and that he is clearly regaining more energy. He started to play his instrument again, and the joy of life has started to return. And therefore, please do not underestimate the power of vital substances. This is my daily experience, that they give people more energy, more quality of life and health.